Entertainment Weekly is still rolling out more Kenobi coverage. And this week they've got a new story out with Hayden Christensen talking about playing Darth Vader again. Apparently he's reacting to putting the Darth Vader suit back on.
Hayden Christensen reacts.
Yeah, I think that's just a sign that our culture is gone. It's doomed.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh, I loathe both. This is what they say in Entertainment Weekly. What have we got with Hayden Christensen? He says, well, without getting into too much detail, it was amazing. It's a great honor to get to put that suit on. He says about putting the Darth Vader suit back on after so many years. He says it was mostly a lot of excitement because I had spent time with this character and felt like I knew him, and coming back to it felt very natural in a lot of ways. And I was just really excited to get to come in and play Darth Vader at this point in the timeline because it did feel like a very natural continuation of your journey with the character. And that was very meaningful for me. The whole experience was very surreal, just the nature of coming back after all this time. It's such a unique opportunity, one that you and I were very grateful for. So that's what he's saying about putting the suit back on. I like that there are going to be some scenes with Hayden actually in the suit. I figured they were getting him for flashbacks or scenes where the helmet comes off, or things like that. But then they would just have some big tall guy, some David Prowse-esque dude in the suit for most of the time. But for certain moments, I think there are going to be some moments where you're going to want to see Anakin in the suit, and you're going to want it to feel more like Anakin than Vader, and it just feels appropriate to get Anakin in the suit for those scenes.
Am I not mistaken? Hayden did some Vader scenes for Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yes.
So I think that precedent was set there. I think.
Yeah, but as I recall, there was they had to do some crazy stuff to get him to, actually have the imposing Vader.
Yeah, that's right.
Form. Because Hayden's not a small dude, but he's not 6'7" or whatever Dave Prowse was.
That's the difference.
They had to film. They had to film things a certain way, and maybe they're. I don't know. Maybe he was standing on an apple crate in a couple of scenes.
Actually, wait, no. Why is it that when I look up Hayden's height, Google thinks that he's 6'6" because they made him 6'6" for that movie? Like literally, I Googled it and it came up to. I'm just sharing the screen. This is what came up.
You had to zoom in a little bit. 6 foot. Yeah, and then you read the description there. Lucas agreed, and the suit was engineered to fit Christensen's frame, including extensions to attain the Vader's 6'6".
So what is he really?
But of course, the answer is he's 6'1" or 1/8 inch, according to howtallcelebheights.com. And 6 foot 0 inches according to Creto.com.
I mean, if there were ever reputable sources, we just found
1.83 meters according to hitc.com. Wikibio.
All right.
Wait. Okay, I'm getting off of this.
We've got the basic idea. He's shorter than Darth Vader. That's the point we're talking about.
If you think about it, like it's funny. Like if we're talking about heights, if you look at there's a noticeable difference between you watching Rogue One and watching Tarkin in that movie, and then going forward and Tarkin's and Guy Henry and Peter Cushing are different heights, and it's noticeable. But then you go into this and you're like, who are you going to compare it to? If we're supposed to believe that Anakin became Vader, and if he comes in contact with Obi-Wan again, we're going to compare back to, hey, look, here's Anakin and Obi-Wan together. They should be similar heights. we're not going to think, oh, is he supposed to be Dave Prowse height? So I think if you're going to like make Vader, if you're going to like split the difference, I think you make Vader a little bit shorter to closer to what Hayden is supposed to be.
I don't know. I think people have an image in their minds of Vader as very tall, very imposing. And so even if you stand him next to Ewan McGregor, I think the expectation is that he'll be larger, taller, sort of looming over Ewan. So I think
Larger, taller, faster, stronger.
I suspect they'll be using Hayden in the suit for specific character moments and scenes that are close-ups or things where he's sort of by himself. But when it comes time to do an action scene where Vader's fighting Obi-Wan, I think you're getting your 6'6" stuntman in there to go up against Ewan for a showdown that has the feel of what people I think envisioned the prequels would be, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader in the suit. How people will remake the A New Hope fight and they'll update it with prequel-esque stunts and effects and that sort of thing. I think we'll see something more akin to that.